Now this vacuum cleaner cost me £18.86 on eBay, which isn't a huge amount of money. I've seen these go for quite a lot more, but they've been in better condition. I've given it a wipe over with some multi-surface wipes, and I've had an attempt at cleaning half. I haven't polished it, but this is what it does look better. I don't know how well it shows up. Perhaps that angle you can see. Can you see the difference? I think you should be able to. That's the side, obviously, that has had a little bit of a clean. This is the side I haven't touched yet. There's still a shine on it, you can see my lighting. But yeah, you can see, look. So just a very quick wipe. I mean, if the seller had spent 10 to 15 minutes wiping this down and giving it a bit of a polish, he or she might have got a little bit more for the vacuum. But that's the thing, if you know what you're buying and you're prepared to put the work in, you can get things much cheaper on eBay. But if you want to sell something and you want to get the most you can from what you're selling, then clean it up, folks, clean it up. So that's what you can do. And all I've done with that side, some multi-surface wipes, and then I've just used some T-cut. Just put a thin layer of T-cut on. I've made sure I didn't rub over the lettering. Thin layer of T-cut and then buff it off. So obviously it's going to need more of a clean than I've given it, and then after it's fully cleaned it'll have a polish on top of that. But that's what you can do, you know, very quickly. So that's my tip to you. If you're a seller on eBay, get your stuff cleaned up. It's not going to take long and you'll get some more money most of the time. So here it is anyway. I'm not looking forward to turning this one on because, well, it moves a little bit easier now, the suction electronic control, but doesn't bode well for what I'm about to receive. From what we're about to receive. May the Lord make us truly thankful. Well, I'm hoping I'll be thankful. Well, might as well take this back off again. This will need, as I said, a thorough clean. Is there a date wheel? This is an 80s vacuum cleaner. I'd say early to mid. Yeah, what a difference. What a difference that makes. Now, honestly, you know, and again, it's not very full, but why send any vacuum with dirt in it when there's all these spare bags? Just put a new bag in it. It makes things a lot nicer. Anyway, oh yucko. Ugh. I should be careful when I'm opening things like this, not apart from the fact that they could blow up. If they're being stored outside in a shed or a garage, which this looks like it possibly has been, you don't know what could be waiting for you inside. Ooh. Well, all that's waiting for me inside is quite a filthy motor housing, bag housing, and a very filthy filter. I can get more filters. Now with the 350 that sounded a little bit rough, I do want to open that up, and apparently, and this one it will be the same, you've got to lever off this panel here. On the 350, the panel here where we've got the electronic control, that's just blank, but it's stuck down, I think, and you have to get that off without damaging it because it's a thin metal, because there are screws hidden underneath to take the top off. And to give this a thorough clean, I mean, that really needs, the whole unit needs submerging in water once all the bits are removed from inside to get it spotless. But then you risk damaging some of the trim. Ooh, it's a quandary. Anyway, that's absolutely disgusting. That sort of damp mark there suggests that possibly a vacuum air freshener has been used in this bag at some point, but it's not smelling very fresh at the moment. You know, normally I'm not bothered about the state of vacuums. Some people who watch my channel can't believe that I put my hands in filthy, dirty vacuum cleaners. Normally it doesn't bother me, but this one, this one is a little bit upsetting. Yeah, it's not good, folks. I don't know why I do it, you know. I'm starting to think I'm just going to stop doing this. Stop doing it, eh? Shut my channel down and go and live in the Bahamas. Right, let's have a look. The filter's under here. Let's have a look at the state of this filter. Yeah. Yuck. That needs replacing, doesn't it? Underneath here, we can see that we can use this for blowing. There we are. Can connect the hose to that. I don't fancy blowing anything out of this at the moment. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Wrong way, Roger. It's this way. There we are. While we're in this vicinity, we've got the, I hope that's okay, that's the foot operated on off switch and the foot operated automatic cord rewind. Oh, that seems to work fine. I'll pull it out to its fullest extent in a minute. So this is the E part of the Electrolux 350E. The electronic variable power control. So we can go from a minimum setting for your curtains up to maximum. And 1000 watt super boost for mum's worst enemy. That's how the advert went. With the Electrolux 350E, you control the power electronically. Now with controllable power, wherever you clean, whatever you clean, the cleaning's just right. Ah, I can remember it. Anyway, so yeah, so basically the advert I think featured a lady, because women did most of the cleaning back in the 80s, and she's cleaning up after her messy son and dog, I think, because the Super Boost was for Mum's worst enemy, which I think was the dog. It might have been the son bringing in muddy footprints, I don't know, I can't really remember the ad. Anyway, we're going to turn the machine on minimum when I actually turn it on, because don't know whether this is going to work somehow. Up the top here, near the catch to remove the bag door, we've got a little clear window that shows you when the bag is full or needs checking. There's that little red piece that moves. And is there anything at the front apart from the hose inlet? There's a blanking piece. Some models may have had the option of a power socket, a power driven head to plug into that socket, but there's no socket, there's no cover either. It's just molded in blank, so we didn't have that feature. And of course we've got a furniture guard that goes all the way round. Well, not quite actually, it doesn't go right to the back. 2 wheels. I mean, it's a solid machine still. Those wheels aren't broken, they haven't broken in transit. Pretty tough. And also, just pull out the cable a bit. Of course, we've got the swivel caster. The tyre on the wheel is still in one piece, sometimes that can perish. Let's have a quick look at the rating sticker. Obviously this one's made in Britain, the Electrolux model Z350E, product number 9006653, serial number 5030053. I wonder if this means it's a 1983 model. Could be. It's 1000 watts, of course, 240 volts, 50 hertz. Okay, time to pull out the mains lead, which would benefit. I'm going to get covered in muck pulling this out. I should have wiped this. It does sound fairly smooth still, the mechanism. I think it will rewind okay. The cord is original. They used to be this grey colour. And the cord is in one piece. We have a 3 amp fitted with a 3 amp fuse, it says, but it should have a 13 amp fuse in this. Just seeing if this is a age appropriate plug, but it doesn't say made in Britain on it. It doesn't say made in China either. Okay, alright. I know people have said you should do this outside, but I'm not going outside, all the neighbours seeing. Right, oh dear, mess. Okay. It's on minimum. Let's switch it on. I believe it is supposed to work, this, so we'll see. Now, it might turn on, it might not. It doesn't. Now it should. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not too healthy, is it? That's on minimum. In fact, no, it's worse than that, folks. That was on max. That was on super boost. It doesn't seem to work at all on minimum. I had that problem with my Electrolux Turbomatic. Ooh, yeah, it more or less turns off. Oh, right. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Right, you can't smell this, folks. Oh, heck. Now, it's a good job you can't smell what I can smell, because I turned that off quick. I'm not turning this on again, sorry, in this video. I am not going to turn this on and leave it running. It will probably catch fire from what I can smell. Absolutely appalling. Oh, let's see what the seller actually said about this. I will certainly not probably buy from this seller again. I think this seller may be a collector or an ex-collector, because he or she, I think it's a he, has a few more. Yes, it has been kept in the shed. Right. Vintage Electrolux 350E vacuum cleaner, complete with original tools. It has been kept in the shed for a few years, so it's in need of a good clean. As it is a used appliance, it is sold as seen with no returns and should be checked by a competent person prior to use. Oh, God, that stinks. So, don't know what to do with this. I'm in need, actually, I'm in need of one of these for my Turbomatic. It didn't come with the original. I might just, I can't get over that smell, folks. I might just use this for parts or something. Oh, crikey. It's still stinking. It might be on fire now as I speak. Yeah, I think that panel may just come off. Now what I might do, so this panel, I'm sure it's this panel that has to be removed to open it up. I might try just warming that panel up with a hairdryer. That's an idea, Roger. To hopefully melt the glue a bit, and then it should come off. Yes, I'm going to try that trick, but I'm not. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry, I can't get over the smell. I've never had a vacuum smell like that before. Oh God. Well, you know, I've got a 350. Possibly out of the two, I'd rather keep this one because it's the one I wanted. You know, I wanted a 350E over the 350. The 350, if you remember, had some issues, but I don't think it was as bad as this. But there you go. Starting to get Electroluxes with problem motors. My earlier 70s machines, even though they're probably in better condition, they didn't. Oh crikey, that Alexa, I'm sick of that thing. I wasn't even talking to the thing and it butts in. Anyway, I've got, I'm phasing out Alexa. I've gone with Google Assistant. She's so much nicer. So there you go. Absolutely disgusting. I'm just going to throw this in the garage in the box and just look at it at some other time. But yeah, for 19 odd quid plus delivery, I'm not too disappointed. I can make this cleaner absolutely look near mint, but when you switch it on, it's not going to be very good. So just to look at, it'll be fine, but to actually use and demonstrate, nah folks, it's awful. Nearly said a swear word. But there you go. An Electrolux 350E made to put you in control, according to the TV commercial. If you have any comments or suggestions of why this Electrolux has made such a disgusting smell, I think it's motor issues, don't you? Yeah, I was going to say suppressor, but the motor. I'd say it's the motor. I think it's probably beyond salvation. Never mind. You win some, you lose some. Today I've lost. Another day I will win. I get more wins than losses though. So for me and this Electrolux 350E, it's goodbye, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
The Electrolux 350E. At a touch, you control the power. Wherever, whatever you clean. It lets you deal with man's best friend. And it has a 1000-watt super boost for mum's worst enemy. The Electrolux 350 Electronic puts you in control.